joining us. There we go. We are now joined by Ryan Blaney. We're going to go ahead and open it straight up for questions for Ryan. We'll start with Jeff Gluck. Go ahead with your question, Jeff.
Yeah, Ryan, I was just wondering, now that we've had a few intermediate track races, where do you feel like you guys stack up with the rest of the field? And do you have any, concerns going forward about whether you're behind or where you need to be or anything like that?
Yeah, I think, we've had a handful of them, and honestly, I think the best group out there right now is Hendrick. They have really great speed right now on the mile and a halves, or the bigger tracks. I've seen it. They might not. It kind of has some unfortunate circumstances, which actually our team has capitalized on. The Penske group has capitalized on at a couple of them tracks, but Hendrick's really strong. I feel like we're close with our group. We just got to find a little bit more, and no concerns. Just got to keep working, and see where the year goes. It's tough, with no practice and things like that. You're just kind of hoping things work at the shop and lining up and racing them. So that's a little bit tough to learn, I feel like, but I feel like we're close to where we need to be, but that group is definitely pretty special right now, especially at the mile and a half. So we'll see when we get to some shorter tracks, kind of where we stack up, like next week at Bristol, but we got a little bit of work to do.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Stephen Conley, PR, and go ahead, Steve.
Ryan, a long week this week with the weather delays, postponements to today. How do you get yourself mentally prepared in such a short turnaround to go to physical race like Bristol?
Just another race. I mean, short turnaround, whether it's 2-3 days, it's never really bothered me. I'd race every day if I could, and I've never really had a problem of fatigue or anything like that. And mentally, guys want to race all the time. I mean, you don't want to stop racing. So I feel like it's really easy for drivers to recharge their brains for sure of getting prepared for the following race, even if you only got 2-3 days in between. So that's, but personally for me, the physical side has never really bothered me. And it's really the mental side of just trying to reset and things like that. But that's never really been an issue.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Jordan Bianchi. Go ahead with the question, Jordan.
Ryan, did you talk to Chase after Sunday night? And if you did, what were the conversations?
I did. We actually stayed. He stayed with me throughout the week because he was running that truck race. So he stayed with me up back home, and we talked and talked about the race, things like that, and just that's just bad luck, and he's had a lot of bad luck. We all have our bad lucks, but that one for the 600 definitely stunk for him. But I felt like he didn't think on it too much. We talked about it that night, but the next day he was focused on that truck race, and then he was focused on this race, and it showed in both races, obviously. So that just shows how good he is, and letting the past be the past. But so we did talk, but and it was a couple hours of it, but at the end of the day, you move on, and he showed that he can move on from something that big and really go execute and win 2 in a row.
How would you describe his mood Sunday night when you guys were talking?
I don't really know. He was just Chase. I mean, we joked around a little bit, and just talked about how much that stunk. It's just those things happen, and we had the same thing happen to us at Vegas this year, and when we pitted, and a lot of people stayed out, and it just didn't work and not end up winning the race. So you're bummed, you're pissed off a little bit, but really there's no sense in dwelling on it. You try to learn from it as quick as you can. But his attitude was, obviously disappointed, but at the same time, like I said, he was normal Chase.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Alex Andreev. Go ahead, Alex.
Hey, Ryan, can you just walk me through what happened in those final seconds of the race when you were running next to Denny? I mean, what did you see from your side?
I saw him going past me. That's what I saw. I was getting tight. I was free all night, and we tightened it up just a little bit, and we just kind of I don't know if the track got a little tighter or we just went a little bit too far. And I was pretty good for 30 laps, 35 laps. And then I just started getting really tight and he was running me down. I was struggling. So I hated, we lost second place, but, he ran me down and was able to get around me in traffic.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Mike Massey. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Ryan. I got to ask, the squirt bottle there to the face mask at the end, was that planned or was that one of your famous gags? Or
Yeah, I've seen some stuff on that of, did you not realize your mask was on? Of course I realized the mask was on. I thought it was funny. I had to get a drink in, and I'd probably get in trouble if I took the mask off to get a drink. So I figured I'd just squirt. I didn't get any. Nothing goes in them things. So it works. But I thought it was funny and tried to have a good time. So, and I got a little body armor drink in there too. So that was good.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Zach Sterniolo. Go ahead, Zach.
Ryan, you have had obviously a lot of good runs this year on the intermediate tracks, but I know you didn't get a ton of laps at Phoenix when you had the new short track package for this year. I know Bristol's been a really good track for you the last few years, especially the spring race. Does that give you does the way you guys have been running give you any confidence heading into Sunday's race?
Yeah, I think you always have high confidence, and I thought our car was pretty decent at Phoenix. We just got caught up in that wreck there before we could even really get a chance to work on it, which really stunk. And so that you would like to, but to be able to kind of see where your car went. But really, at the end of the day, this new low downforce package, we had it 2 years ago, and it's really similar to that. The only difference is the Mustang nose, and it's pretty funny that they built the Mustang nose for that low downforce package, and by the time the Mustang nose came out last year, we were running the high downforce, so it never really got to test it like that until Phoenix, and it showed. All the Fords were really fast. So I'm looking forward to Bristol. That race is really cool. I like both the races up there. The area is nice. So I'm looking forward to it. I think that Mustang nose that we had a couple years ago, the low downforce is what it was meant for, and I'm excited to get on the racetrack on Sunday. So.
Thanks.
Our final question for Ryan will come from Jacob Seelman. Go ahead with your question, Jacob.
Yeah, Ryan, it's been a bit of a rocky start for you. You had the second in the Daytona 500, then things got crazy a couple races before the shutdown, and now you come out of Charlotte with a pair of third-place finishes, and really seems like things are going, trending in the right direction. Do you feel like things are back on the right foot, especially considering all the speed that all four of the Penske cars have?
Yeah, I think so. It's just nice to have a couple smooth races, and put them together. And like you said, we started off really good, and we go to Vegas there and leading it with a handful of laps to go, and caution comes out and we pit and not end up winning the race. And then Fontana, we had a good shot of running second, and then had that tire go down on us with a few laps to go, and then we got in a wreck at Phoenix, and then we had a break. And and then honestly, the Darlington races, we weren't very good in the first one, but we were actually pretty decent in the second one, and I messed up and I hit the fence and ruined our day. So I feel like we've had, top 5 speed for most of the year. It's just we've had a couple kind of unfortunate things happen to us. So these past 2 races, I've been really proud of everyone's effort and just having smooth races and kind of putting all the pieces together. So like I said, when we started, I think we're close. We just got to find a little bit of speed here and there to go out and really dominate races and be able to go up there and pass, the Hendrick cars or the Haas cars or the Gibbs cars and run away with it. So I think we're close. Just got to get to work, and it's nice to have a couple smooth races back to back.
Well, Ryan, thanks for taking the time, and good luck at Bristol.
Thank you, buddy.
Take care, bud.